And this particular video kind of piggybacks off of the last Motivational Monday video I did, or the 101 lessons video, whichever one you consider it. I kind of like both of them because I feel like Motivational Monday, life lessons, I feel like, granted, I am so young. I'm very young, you guys. I am 21 years old, if you guys did not know. But I have been through so much in my life. So I feel like, why not just kind of take the tools and the things that I have learned in life and the things that I am kind of still learning and present them to you guys. If you guys hear a little bit of clicking and clacking and clanking, hey! No. That's Leo. He's in the cage. He's looking at me kind of crazy right now. He's playing with this toy. Hey, I'm recording a video, so you gotta shh, okay? Okay? Yeah? Okay. The title of this video for today is knowing when to let go. Friends, acquaintances, relationships, you know, monogamous, romantic, things like that. This video kind of derived because I had a little accident over the weekend, and for me, before walking into that, I kind of said I had a chat with God, and I'm like, you know what, God, if this is not what you want for me, if this is not where you want me to be, you know, show me a sign. And I got in there, and the entire day, people were just cutting up and acting crazy and acting a fool and, you know, doing the do. So it's just like, that was my sign from God. I didn't necessarily know when to let go. And it's like, I knew when to let go, but because of the person that I am, and, you know, I have such a big heart, and I want to see the best in people. I want to give people all of these, you know, chances and multiple tries. You know, maybe you had a bad day that day. Let me give you a chance to try again. Or maybe this was the problem last time. Let me try again. So that's kind of where I go wrong in the mistakes that I do make in my life, per se. I also feel like when it comes to those people I knew to let go, you know what I'm saying? I had known to let go. A lot of people tell me when things don't necessarily go my way, or I don't like the way things are going, that I just kind of up and leave and, you know, don't really give people chances and blah, blah, blah. Here's my thing about that. So all my life, I've kind of felt like that. I've had, you know, aunts say it to me. I've had friends say it to me. I've even had people that I was in like actual romantic relationship with say it to me, and they're like, you know what? You don't leave space for people to make mistakes. And to me, I kind of felt like, you know what? You're right. You are right. And I felt like I was wrong for not leaving people space to make mistakes. And they're like, you know, people mess up one or two times and you be out. But I wish I knew then what I know now. It's, you never leave room for people to make mistakes, because the minute you leave that room for people to make mistakes, or for people to fuck you over, or for people to screw you over, or for people to do you wrong or mistreat you or talk about you and so on and etc., that's when they do it. That is when they do it. People will not mistreat people they know are not going to allow that. And my entire life, I thought it was me, you know? Like, I thought it was me my whole freaking life. Like, I thought I was doing something wrong. Why is it that I keep coming into contact with these people that are just freaking crazy bobazy, you know? So my lesson here is basically, one, you have to never leave room for people to make mistakes. Yes, I know people make mistakes, whatever, but I feel like leaving room for people to make mistakes at that point, it's no mistake. And I feel like people misuse the word mistake. I feel like a mistake is something you genuinely did not know was wrong. But if you knew it was wrong before you did it and still decided to do it, then that was just a bad decision, not a mistake. And I feel like people, when it comes to people being in your life and people choosing to make those bad decisions, whether they knew how it would affect you or not, my thing is, I think about people beforehand, you know? And that's why I am the way that I kind of am, because it's like, like, I think about people. I think about the way my decisions will affect people. I'm a great person to people, you know? So it's like, when you show me that you're not on the same page with me, and you can't be the same friend to me that I am and can be and will be to you, it's a dub. Like, it's a wrap. It's a hell no. That is the first step in knowing when to let go. First of all, you never leave room for people to make mistakes, period. Ever. Cut it out. Like, if you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna fuck up in somebody else's life. I have boundaries set in my life, and you need to follow these boundaries and respect these boundaries for us to even have some kind of formal or any kind of relationship, period, because that's the only way it will work. Any kind of relationship, people have boundaries, and you have to respect people's boundaries. You can't just walk into some shit and expect people to be like, oh, okay, cool. And you can't just do that. You can't just walk in and do shit the way you used to do shit last time and think it's gonna fly this time, because this is a whole new person. These are new boundaries. You know, my boundaries ain't gotta be your boundaries. You know, if you put up with a whole lot of bullshit, don't mean I gotta put up with a whole lot of bullshit. My second step in basically knowing when to let go, I feel like is if you keep fighting with yourself in your mind. You know that very uncomfortable feeling that you just get in your gut. And you just like, God, what to do? God, what to do? God, what to do? You're like, you know what? I'm going to give him another chance. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to give him another chance. I'm going to keep it up. You know, I feel like that feeling, that very, very uncomfortable feeling that you get deep down in your stomach, that's God. And that's called growth, honey. And I feel like when you get around people and you constantly get this feeling in your stomach and you're just fighting back and forth with yourself, or you're kind of scared of the repercussions that you may, you know, have to reap because of you cut these people off, baby, that's God. That's growth. That is God telling you it's time to move on from this. When something makes you uncomfortable, that is God pushing you to a new level. I don't care what nobody say. You know, people like, oh no, you be tripping. Maybe you have an intuition, especially as a woman, for a reason. Your intuition will never steer you wrong. My gut ain't never, ever in life steered me wrong. And that's for sure. Even when I didn't listen to it, you know, even when I didn't take heed to the fact that my gut was like, hell no, this ain't working. Your body knows. Your body knows if chemically and, you know, spiritually and emotionally, and your body freaking knows if you're supposed to be with these people, if you're supposed to mesh well with these people or not, and your body tells you. The last part per se I want to say, and knowing when to let go is, I'm going to say this quote, I saw it the other day, but cutting people off and they're bad-mouthing you, they're talking about you, they have nothing nice to say about you, they're talking crazy about you, and you know that's not true, but this is what these people are doing because you no longer decided, hey, I don't want to deal with your toxic bullshit no more, or I don't want to deal with your negativity, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. That's the price you pay for cutting people off. But guess what? In the end, if you and God know exactly what happened, you and God know what you did and did not do, you ain't got to prove yourself to these people no more. Like, in the end, you know. And it's like, yes, I know it's so much easier said than done to just let these people run wild and say what they got to say and do what they got to do and talk what they got to talk and talk that talk. It's so much easier said to just be like, you know what? Give it to God. But really, you really do have to give it to God, especially when it comes to letting people go, because when I don't know about y'all, but when I don't want to deal with people no more, it's not up for debate. Like, I'm not talking to you. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm not telling you what you did wrong. Look, boom. I know every time I come around you, I get this very, very eerie and weird gut feeling that I should not be around you. And I know I have this relationship with my God that is so strong that I know when I get that's my God telling me, go, let him go, leave him behind. And it's not up for debate. So I don't know about y'all, you know, people say it's wrong to ghost people, but I feel like, fuck are we discussing? I don't have to let you know, hey, I'm not gonna be your friend no more. Like, we grown. This ain't high school, this ain't middle school, baby. We is grown. And if I feel like I don't want to talk to you anymore, or if I feel like I've ever had to question you, or question our relationship, or question your loyalty, or question where you lied, or just question your purpose in my life, I gotta let you go, and I don't have to let you know that. I don't understand, you know? And I've learned firsthand, every time you try to discuss shit with people or try to let them know, like, hey, this is what I feel like you're doing, they always bring you back in, period. And I feel like the devil learns from your mistake. The devil knows exactly how to trap you back in some shit. He knows. So it's like the devil knows how to amplify off your mistakes and get you to fall back into this trap and into these cycles. The devil knows how to trap you. So I feel like when you start discussing shit with people and letting people know, hey, I'm really not feeling you. I'm really not feeling the way you're moving. I'm really not, you know, I feel like that's how the devil reels you back in, because then y'all start talking and they just trying to figure out how the hell they could fix it, and hell no, let it the fuck go. I know y'all probably like, how you supposed to be preaching positivity and you cursing me, man? Look, you gonna get me how you get me, and that's period. But you gonna get me how you get me. Like, it is what it is. But I just feel like knowing when to let go is a hard process. It's never going to be something easy, because you love these people in your life. Like, you really do love them. You love them, you care about them, you want to see the best in them, you want to see them strive to do great things. But some people are not meant to go on your journey, and you have to be the one to decipher when it is time to let go and know, hey, I'm no longer gaining anything from this relationship. This relationship no longer serves a purpose in my life. You know, I feel really uncomfortable around you. I feel really uncomfortable with the things that this person does to me. Sometimes says, sometimes it do feel a little shady. You know, you got those people where sometimes they feel like they just want to keep you around. I don't know about y'all, but I know about me. And in my case, you know, I feel like sometimes I have a small little story time. So I got a spiritual reading. I'm not going to touch too much bases on it because a lot of it was personal. But one thing that she did say to me that really, really stood out, she was like, you are the light in so many people's lives, and you will bring and give light to so many people. And because of the type of person that you are, the wrong kind of people sometimes gravitate towards you. But because of your character, and you know, you're so loving, you're so caring, and you want to be there for everyone, and yeah, well, that's what she kind of said. You want to be there for everyone, and you want to, you know, you want to make people happy. Sometimes you hold on to people for one, way too long, and secondly, there are a lot of people in your life that you cannot trust. And the part that really triggered me, I thought I was tripping. I love people. I love to love on people, you guys. So it's like, when I love to love on you, and I used to love on you so much, and you see me pulling away, that's me letting you go. That's me shipping you off. Like, period. So it's like, when the part that really stuck out to me though was that she was just like, there are a lot of people in your life that you can't trust, and you need to let them go. And that part really stood out to me, just because knowing that I have so much love and just so much greatness in my heart, and just, you know, I have so much love to give to a lot of people in my life, and knowing that she said, hey, it ain't that many people in your life that you can trust, but I know I got a lot of people, that kind of hurt me a little bit. But it also opened my eyes to know that, hey, girl, get it together. Get with God, talk it out, work it out, and ask God to remove those you no longer want in your life, and to bring those that are supposed to be in your life, those that come with purpose, you know, a purpose in the long run, people that are gonna push you to be the best you. I know for me, and she told me a lot of things that I kind of already knew, but when she told me, it was more so like the clarity that I was looking for and praying for. You know, I was kind of like, you know, God, you know, clarity. I need to know what to do next in my life. I need a lot of things to be more clear. I feel like I know, but I don't know. I don't want to mess around and make the wrong decisions. So for me, I know I've always felt like there were a lot of people in my life that kind of just, they call me their friends, but they don't necessarily mean that. And I feel like a lot of people in my life as well kind of just pull the friend card, play the, oh, I'm calling to check up on you, oh, I'm supporting you, and I want to see you do great. I feel like they play that card just so when I do get to where I am going, they can, you know, like, I feel like people are just holding on to me just because they know that I'm going to be great. And it's like, people know. You may not know your full potential, and you may not know what you are capable of or where God is going to take you, but everybody else around you can see it. Whether you see it or not, there are people around you that can see it, and they will latch onto you because of it. Like, hey, I know this girl is about to be great, so let me go try to be her friend and fake like I like her. No, damn well I don't like her, but I know the bitch is about to be great, so I'm about to pick her up. Like, no, this ain't that kind of party. We not doing that. Like, hell to the hell no. So for me, when she said that, that just kind of started my process of knowing when to let go. And the little series of events that I had happen over the weekend was really like, yeah. And it's like, for me, there's this song I listen to, you guys, called Close by, oh my God, I forgot his name. Oh, Marvin Sapp. It's called Close. And basically the song is basically saying like, I must be close to where it is that God is trying to get me to go, because it is so much stuff happening in my life. My life is crazy. I'm losing friends. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that. I got to deal with you. I got to deal with that. And for me, it's like, I can feel it, you know? So it's like, God is not going to bless you as long as you are holding on to dead weight. You ain't gonna get those blessings. Why am I gonna take you somewhere when you're trying to take this person who one, ain't good for you, and two, ain't ready for where you about to go? When people say it's lonely at the top, I never understood that. I'm not gonna say I'm at the top, but I'm on my way there, and that's sure, and I'm claiming it. So you like, when people say it's lonely at the top, they really mean that. And I feel like now I'm kind of getting a gist of that, because you know. So it's like, why the hell is all these people in my life just cutting up and acting a fool, acting crazy? And the crazy thing about it is they've always been this way, but it took for somebody to say to me, you can't trust not a damn soul. Be careful. Let these people go. It took for somebody to say that to me for me to actually move. And to me, that just showed me, girl, you already knew this, so you need to trust your gut a little bit more. That's what that said to me. But I hope you guys did kind of gain a little bit of insight about what I mean by just knowing when it is time to let people go and let things go. You feel me? Like, sometimes you gotta really be ready to let stuff go, even when it comes to like, this is what you love to do, but that's not what you're meant to do. You know, just because you love to do it doesn't mean you're meant to do it. You know, like the whole YouTube thing. I kind of pulled back, you know, because I feel like this is what I want to do. I know this is what I'm supposed to do, but how exactly am I supposed to do that? If you've never got a spiritual reading, I was scared to do one at first, but I advise you guys to do one just because I feel like it's so insightful. Like, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the people around you, honey, because I learned more than just that. But, you know, I ain't gonna touch on that because that's not your business. But if you've never done a spiritual reading, I suggest you do one. And I also suggest you guys just practice the art of letting go. It's okay to let go. You're not gonna, let me tell you something. And I know it's scary. I know it is very, very scary to let go. But I'm gonna leave you guys with this one thing before I go. And that is, God is not going to take away something from you that he is not going to replace with something 10 times better. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time out to watch this video with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And if there's any other topics that you guys wish for me to talk about or to discuss on Mondays, on Motivational Monday, Life Lessons 101, then you guys just leave a comment and let me know. Or you can private, you know, you send me a personal email, or you can also DM me some things that you guys want me to talk about. But I do love you guys so, so much, and I cannot wait to see what God has in store for both you guys and I. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great, great day.